Harden Engineering. We're the maker of the Switchblade guitars, and good to see you. Yeah, this distortion pedal relies on some early 60s germanium transistors that my granddad worked for as a Kodak movie repairman, like the movie film machines. So he worked for Kodak as repairman, and back then they used these 60s transistors. And so he gave me a lot of my parts that I have. And I sat around here with couple boxes of them for a couple years and not really realizing what I had. And then one day I was checking them out, the numbers on them, and I realized, wow, these are germanium good transistors that, you know. So we just simply built a circuit around that. It's called the Flaming Skull. And the difference, I guess, the reason people like the germanium transistors is it's like a tube. It's much more musical sounding than a modern silicone transistor. I built the same circuit with modern transistors, and it works good, but it just doesn't have the same kind of dirtiness. You know, guitar players are really looking for imperfection. That's why they like a tube amp, because on an electrical level, distortion of a tube amp is not what it was meant to do. But guitar players love that because that kind of distortion is very musical, you know. Same thing with these transistors is that they have that kind of musicality.
So it's a great boost on that too. I mean,
it's really not just a distortion. It's really more of a boost. It's both. There is a clipping circuit that distorts it in there. It's actually double the strength that the original one was, but more younger people that are playing more heavier music, when I would play it for them, it wouldn't be powerful enough. So it's
right. Some guy out there playing like death metal, you know, they want it to, you know, explode.
Well, this will sound good for it. What it does is different from a lot of things, and it's just because it's a simple pedal and the components we use are real good. Just it keeps a heavier, more kind of organic, you know, 60s, 70s type sound, Hendrixy, Black Sabbathy type sound to it. The thing I don't like about some pedals is that they kind of sound, you know, kind of tinny, and they don't have that deep heaviness, you know. And a lot of that is that a lot of things could sound better, but it's just about using, you know, real good capacitors and things like that. It's not any kind of rocket scientist, you know. It's just that if you use better components, it sounds a lot better, you know. Same thing with amps, you know. If you use real good capacitors in an amp, it's got a much better tone, you know. But somebody making 100,000 amps a year can't afford to use a $5 capacitor in every amp.
Right, unless they're going to charge an enormous amount of money, and that kind of kills you because you cut the low end of the market out.
But see, since we're not making, you know, so if I make an amp and it costs me $350 and I can sell it for $800, that's okay for me because this is a small business. You know?
Now, I'm assuming that, I mean, you don't have an unlimited supply of these.
On the pedals, no. As soon as the transistors are gone, that's going to be it. And really, I'm pretty close to having that be the case.
Yeah. So if you want one of these, you better get online and go to hardenengineering.com and grab one.
At this point, there's only a couple left. I have enough transistors to make a few more, and then that's basically it. You know.
Yeah.
So, after the transistors are gone, I don't know if I'll try to find some more or what, but you know. This kind of was a labor of love around this particular transistor.
Yeah.